Hi guys, John here again, another video. This is a video called Campfire Stories, similar to my Strange Stories sort of format, but this is more like a ghost story, I would say, than the actual stories that the Strange Stories were about. Most of them anyway. And I had a pile of stories sent in to me on my Discord from Roger. They're on my Discord. If you're part of it, you can read them, which I plan to use. But this week has been hectic for different reasons. We're doing stuff for my son, which we have to get done before the end of this week. So it's been a bit crazy. So hopefully by the end of this week, beginning of next week, things will start to come back to normal a bit. So just to let you know about that. So anyway, sit back, let me know what you think. Life seemed perfect to Mark when the widower brought his new bride Lisa home to their lovely two-storey cottage he had built for his first deceased wife. Things were very happy for about a year, and Mark was ecstatic when he learned Lisa was expecting twins. The house was rather small for a double addition to the family, so Mark and Lisa put their cottage up for sale and started searching for a bigger house. That's when the problems began. Suddenly the cottage would be filled with a distinctive smell of expensive perfume. The first time Mark smelt it, he turned pale and told Lisa it was the scent his dead wife had favoured. Then furniture that Lisa had rearranged moved back to its original place. The books in Mark's study were taken out of their categories and put in alphabetical order, the way his former wife had kept them. The ghost of Mark's first wife had returned to the little cottage, but why now, a full year after he had remarried? One afternoon, Lisa was down in the basement doing laundry, while Mark was out front discussing the sale of the cottage with their attorney. They had just received a generous bid on the house and had decided to accept it. When Lisa finished emptying the washing machine, she turned to go back upstairs and saw a young woman floating a foot above the staircase. "This is my house. Don't sell my house," the woman said. Her pretty face transformed to rage. She shook her fist at Lisa. Lisa shrieked, dropped the basket of wet laundry and ran outside. Slamming the basement door behind her, Lisa locked it and sat down on the lawn, gasping for breath. All at once, the basement door started shaking violently, as if someone was trying to push against it. "Don't sell my house," the phantom explained again, shaking the door. "If you sell my house, something terrible will happen to your family. Don't sell my house." The roar of the car engine pierced the ghost's words as the lawyer bade Mark goodbye and drove away. Immediately the shaking and pounding ceased, as if the departure of the hated real estate attorney had momentarily appeased the ghost. When Lisa described the ghost, Mark recognised her as his dead wife. Until then he had forgotten that he had promised his first wife that he would never sell a cottage. Mark and Lisa tried to appease the ghost by bringing in a priest to pray over the cottage, but the house continued to be filled with the choking smell of expensive perfume. Lisa was afraid for her unborn babies, living in such a haunted atmosphere. After much discussion, Mark and Lisa decided to defy the phantom and sell the cottage. On the night following the family's move, Lisa was struck with a terrible pain in her abdomen. Mark rushed her to the hospital, where she gave birth to the twins, who were stillborn. On his way home from the hospital, Mark's car was struck by a truck and he was killed instantly. At that moment, Lisa sat bolt upright in her hospital bed, staring at the empty corner of the room. She screamed once in terror at the sight of the phantom floating before her eyes. Then she died instantly from a brain aneurysm. A promise is a promise. Alright, so what do you think of that? Only something short and sweet. Quite interesting. Yeah, so please send in your stories, if you videos, pictures, anything you've got which might be of interest to us. I'm sorry I haven't been able to be as active as I want to be at the moment. As explained earlier, I don't want to explain it all again. But I'm really itching to get going, and it's sort of weird, you know. A month or so ago I did that video where I said the future of this channel, not really knowing what I was going to do, and I still don't know properly. I'm still sort of testing the waters. Every video I do is like testing the waters, seeing what works, what doesn't work, what's goes down well, what doesn't go down well, what have you. So what I mean is, what you see today in a video you may not see, I may not be doing in 6 months. I don't know. I'm just trying and testing the waters and stuff. But the encouraging thing is, as you'd expect with the changes I put in with the channel, that I would lose subs and stuff. And I did when I first put my video out, when I put my first few game video out and stuff like that. I did lose a few subs. But my analytics, I basically lost. We were like on 144,000 subs. On the first 28 days after I started back with the changes I put in, my analytics showed I lost 690 subs, which is quite high. Yes, over the big picture though, it's not too bad. But now we're down, the analytics for it, because it's rolling 28 days, we're down to about 200 subs down, not 600 odd. So what it basically means is, okay, I may still be losing some subs, but I'm also gaining subs. So the offset is balancing out. And I'm predicting for another month or so, we'll actually start to be climbing up again, which is absolutely fantastic, way better than I thought it was going to be. And thanks for you guys who have supported us and will carry on supporting us. And I just thought I'd share that with you guys. Please bear with me. The channel is in progression. It's progressing, but we're not sure where it's going yet. We're still trying stuff, but it is in a process of progression. And so far, it seems to be doing okay for me. We are doing alright with it. I apologise, my voice is not the most best. I've got a little bit of a cold, affecting me slightly. But otherwise, all good. So I'm going to shoot off now, stop waffling on. So until next time, bid you all bye for now.